All right, ladies and gentlemen, I am your general. I do not have a lot of time to deliver this critical emergency update. The whole financial system is being economically, financially, currency reset as we speak. As predicted, I encourage you, it's an imperative to follow me on X at AMTV Media. Please, for the love of God. It is honestly negligent not to follow me on X right now. We're going viral all across the internet. I've reposted videos from earlier this year calling for the covert, secretive Fort Knox reset into stablecoins, Bitcoin, and crypto. And now it's playing out. I'm finally going to reveal what's really going on, ladies and gentlemen, in Washington, D.C., what Donald Trump is doing as we enter the golden age hysteria. It is October 16th, 2025. I am General Greene. I've been doing this 20 plus years, recommended Bitcoin under 1,000, have millions of students worldwide, and of course have built a multi-billion-dollar platform here at islandproject.com. And it's all making sense now. I can't believe that I didn't think of this earlier because I already predicted this in February of earlier this year. You can see it. I don't have a lot of time. The sun's going to blow out this camera really quick. So do me a favor and like and share before the camera goes poof. Get it out to every able-bodied person that has eyes to see and ears to hear so that you can witness this moment in time in American history. This is the biggest civilizational reset that we have ever seen. And my God, WTF, this is breaking news. The U.S. Secretary of State just confirmed UFOs have been observed flying over U.S. nuclear facilities. This is no joke. I told you there would be a fake alien reveal. I told you there would be fake alien disclosure. I told you Project Bluebeam was coming. I told you all of this, and now this is breaking news. U.S. Secretary of State confirms UFOs have been observed flying over U.S. nuclear facilities. This is absolutely insane. But first, don't panic. Just please, for the love of God, share this video. Now, I'm going to play. This has since gone viral. This was just put out on my X feed at AMTV Media. I'll put a link below. I'm going to just play it for you here for a minute. Listen to what I'm saying. Donald Trump is secretly, covertly, along with Elon Musk, repricing gold into a new gold standard. The gold that they're pumping into new all-time highs is an institutional pump. Once they pump the institutional gold and silver to new record highs, they're going to use that pump to buy all the stable coins, to buy the debt, to reprice the debt into the stable coins that they're printing and also pumping. PayPal just pumped and minted 300 trillion new PayPal stable coins yesterday. And that wasn't a mistake. Again, PayPal Mafia, Elon Musk, founder, Peter Thiel, founder, they don't make mistakes. And so I want you to think about this logically, and then I'm going to play this video, and we're going to bring this critical, hard-hitting, and in-your-face information to you as fast as we critically can. But this is huge. I want you to think about it logically. Step one, pump gold and silver prices using institutional money. Wall Street. It's not the American public. It's not the regular Joe Blow. Of course not. Retail's not taking gold to 30 trillion. I mean, this is really scary. It looks like gold's going to hit 5,000, 10,000 an ounce, according to Jamie Dimon, within days. Could happen today. So it's being manipulated higher with the full force of Wall Street and BlackRock. They already ran tests last week with the crypto flash crash. Test and work out the kinks of the stablecoin transition, parity, and exchange. Make sure there's liquidity. Work out all the kinks, run the tests, flesh out all the leverage longs, which has just happened a few days ago. Step two, use the gold you control Fort Knox and other vaults, the old money, gold, silver. Remember when Donald Trump said they would audit the Fort Knox gold reserves? They did. They just didn't tell you about it. Do you understand? They're now pumping gold to 30 plus trillion. They're going to use that to buy what? Stablecoins, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, cryptocurrencies, move us into the tokenization reset that BlackRock and others are telling us, into the new money system, which I predicted for over several decades. Step three, they use this to pay off the national debt and reset the system. My God, as planned with the new stablecoin dollars printed out of thin air, collateralized by the inflated gold silver, they pumped more money out of freaking thin air. I don't want the camera to blow up. The sun is hot. The sun is freaking hot right now. Bless you too. Bless you too. Step four, What I've also predicted, Donald Trump will declare executive action soon, much like FDR with the gold reset in the 1930s and confiscation. There will be a massive unlocking of the golden age, an introduction of the new system, which is happening now. I know this sounds crazy, but just like I re-air videos all the time of me stammering from decades ago with my autism, telling you to buy Bitcoin under 1K, I'm doing the same thing now. I will reference this post, I guarantee, in video in the future as it plays out. God bless. And I'm going to play this video. Listen to what I say, rewind it, replay it, share it, like it, get it out. This is exactly what's happening now. Yes, I'm a genius, you're welcome. Listen to this now, and then watch the video from the Greene machine, Lamborghini, the praying mantis, I call it, because we always be praying, because up only 1776. Listen to this now. All right, this is breaking news. You heard it here first. It all has finally made sense to me. I can't believe I didn't think about this before, but the reason gold and silver prices are skyrocketing to new all-time highs is they're about to do what I predicted years ago. Watch the video on X. I told you that Trump was secretly replacing the U.S. Federal Reserve System, and they were going to reprice Fort Knox gold and silver reserves to buy all the existing liabilities, Bitcoin, crypto, reset us into the stable coin system, etc., move into tokenization, as BlackRock is now telling all of us. And so basically, if you didn't understand what I just said, what they're doing is intentionally pumping, Wall Street is, the central banks, gold and silver prices to new record highs. Gold just hit $30 trillion plus. That's massive. That doesn't happen by accident. And the reason they're doing that is they're going to need higher priced gold, higher priced silver to offset their strategic reserve purchases of the new currency and the new gold, Bitcoin, Litecoin, XRP, Ethereum, cryptocurrencies, as they send that to decatrillions itself. So if you think about it just like mathematically or just, really common sense, they're going to pump one asset up to buy the other asset cheap, then reset the system and use the stable coins that they printed 300 trillion yesterday, not by accident. PayPal. The PayPal mafia does not print 300 trillion, double the economic GDP of the entire planet overnight on accident. I mean, Peter Thiel freaking founded PayPal. All these guys are PayPal. Elon Musk founded PayPal. That's not an accident. So they're running these tests, shock and awe, which is why they ran the liquidity event recently with Binance and all the exchanges, and we saw the huge drawdown in altcoins because they're lubricating the system. They're checking on stable coins, parity, stability, all those kinds of things, flushing out leverage longs. And then, like I've predicted, watch the video on X. It is titled, I just posted it again, it already had like 1 million views months ago. I was in my green Lamborghini, titled, Breaking Trump has secretly replaced the U.S. Federal Reserve, giant shocks ahead, where I explain that was the optics around Fort Knox. Remember how they said they were going to audit it? Yeah, they did. They just didn't tell us about it. Okay, so now they're repricing those reserves, and they're going to use it to buy cheaper Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. This is going to be the biggest economic financial event in world history, like what we saw with FTR with his executive action. I expect massive shocks. The financial markets to close, bank runs, the regional banks are going down. I don't know if you saw that today. JP Morgan Chase just incurred a 200 million roughly cockroach debt implosion on a faulty loan that they took with Tricolor. And that's just the beginning. Jamie Dimon's calling it cockroaches. This is the same guy that did business with Jeffrey Epstein, so he knows what's up. He's the same guy that got all the multi-trillion-dollar bailouts from you U.S. taxpayers. So this is going down now, guys. Did you hear what I said? Rewatch this video. They're pumping gold. This is an institutional move, not retail. Retail's not pumping gold plus 30 trillion. No, this is a short-term pump. Once they have that new capital that they've created by moving the water to the other side of the system, gold, silver, precious bullion, metals, etc., they're going to use that to reprice and reset us into the stablecoin networks and this new system, Bitcoin, crypto, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP, that I predicted. That's what's really going on. Like and share. So please, for a minute, rewind that, watch it again. Okay, the sun is super hot right now. The video is not going to last long. It's critical to your survival. It's literally a worldwide, especially an Americana emergency, to share this video now. Now, I posted more videos, a couple different things. One is the video in the lime green Praying Mantis Lamborghini. That went viral, had 1 million+ views. I predict the exact future that's happening now. Record gold, record silver prices. I told you Donald Trump had secretly replaced the U.S. Federal Reserve. Giant shocks ahead. I tell you exactly what's going to happen. The breakdown, Stargate, artificial intelligence, predicted the lockdowns, invasion of Ukraine, all of it. I predicted 2008 or 9, Bitcoin from 1,000. I even put out some old videos, me recommending Bitcoin under 1,000. And also, I put out absolutely for free. It's criminally negligent not to follow me on X at this point at AMTV Media. I put out for free because I posted these videos decades ago how to safely store your gold in America during financial and US dollar collapse happening now. Predicted a decade ago. I tell you how to store it, how to decentralize it, how to protect it, where you need to put it, what do you need to do. I go over all this in a whole lot more detail. I have other videos that are critical that are up now. Look, the United States government doesn't pump gold, a $30 trillion asset class, for no reason. You have to understand that this is the plan. Silver's going to $200 an ounce. Bitcoin's going to 10,000. Bank runs are coming to America. Capital controls. Donald Trump, like FDR, what you need to get is they're running a covert op. Do you understand? They're not going to tell you what they're doing, just like they didn't tell you what they were doing before they confiscated all gold in this country. In the United States of America, they confiscated gold. Donald Trump's not going to come out and say that. No, they're going to run an operation, an op. They're going to pump gold and silver prices, right, institutionally with the money they create out of thin air, create new value, buy the other asset cheap. Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP, Litecoin, the list goes on and on, RSR, stable coins, etc., transfers into it, use that new money supply and the other new money supply they create out of thin air to buy all the debt at 40 trillion plus. Watch my old videos. You'll see this is the exact thing that I said was going to happen. So it's unbelievable that I didn't think about this prior because it's starting to connect. I saw a rainbow. God showed me a rainbow. And told me exactly what's going to happen next. Like and share, watch this video again. Again, let me reiterate. I said it very eloquently in that previous video. I only showed you what I actually could show you. What are they doing? This is a U.S. government sponsored op to temporarily pump gold and silver to new records. Those reserves, which are the old money, will be repriced to buy the new money. And that's how they reset us into UBI and tokenization like BlackRock and Larry Fink is telling us, and tokenizing nature and all this crap that they're telling us they're going to do. They're taking what they currently own, pumping it. It's not like the average American's pumping gold to 30 trillion. No way. That's an institutional move. Take it from me. I'm a Wall Street guy. It's an institutional move. What does it tell us? It's a canary in the coal mine. And honestly, if they don't get it under control, we could have, God forbid, a lot worse hit the streets. If you know what I mean. So this is absolutely massive. Finally figured it out. Trump has secretly replaced the Federal Reserve. They're driving gold prices higher for the reset to offset government debt and liabilities before they use the gold and silver markets to buy Bitcoin, Litecoin, ETH, XRP, and stable coins to reset the system. It's a transfer, just an institutional pump, then transfer the wealth to the tokenization of blockchain using gold. Watch the video at least twice and replay it, and then look at these charts for yourself. Parabolas aren't normal, folks. They're not normal. Let me see if there's any other critical information before this camera burns up. Please like and share. I mean, look, you OGs know what you need to do. Withdraw your money from the banks now. You've been warned. And you know what? What's really creeping me out is my other prediction. Remember when I had that viral video that had millions of views that was suddenly rabbit holed? Now the Pentagon is saying UFOs are real. Right here. Right here. I'm going to be speaking with Donut, my good friend, soon on that. That's absolutely incredible. I love you guys so much, but you've got to freaking prepare. Share this freaking video, baby. Share this freaking video because things are about to get really freaking real, baby. Things are about to get really freaking real, baby. We got freaking UFOs, baby. We got freaking UFOs, baby. We got freaking UFOs, baby. UFOs. And they are repricing gold and silver to move it into the crypto Bitcoin markets. Look, I've told you this for years. I brought the freaking truth. I know it sounds crazy. We've been right. I told you to buy Bitcoin under 1,000. Check this out. I'll play this and leave you here. Because when I get riled up and I'm throwing patio furniture in the pool like a cowboy, that means I'm 100% correct. Listen to this for 1 second. This is me a decade ago. Your general. Hey guys, Christopher Greene, AMTV, Alternative Media Television. Bitcoin has just hit 10K, just as predicted. And I want to congratulate all of our students for epic rates of return. Bitcoin is up over 41% year to date. That is bigger than any asset class in the world, more than real estate, more than stocks, more than anything you've ever heard about in your life. And it's not just Bitcoin. We have thousands. So that's when Bitcoin just hit 10K. Just hit 10K. Here I am with Steve Forbes. Check this out. Hey everybody, I'm Christopher Greene. You're tuning into AMTV, Alternative Media Television. I'm with Steve Forbes. Steve, thank you so much for joining us and sitting down with AMTV this morning.
Looking forward to it. Thank you.
We watched you speak yesterday. Great speech. Me with Steve Forbes. Let's go down the list here because a lot of people think, it's just BS or something. Here I am with John Bolton, who was criminally indicted today by Donald Trump because I helped elect Donald Trump.
The convention really is a great opportunity for the American people to get a look at Governor Romney, at Mrs. Romney, at Paul Ryan, Chris Christie, and it'll set the tone for the beginning of the fall election campaign. And it's a chance for party leaders to talk directly to the American people, not filtered by the media, not filtered by the commentators, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Great. Thank you very much.
Okay, thanks a lot.
John, Angela Merkel is looking for further integration of the Eurozone. There's a massive crisis. Do you think that's a smart idea?
Well, I don't myself prefer that as an alternative, but I think the European Union is now down to corner solutions, either the Chancellor's version of a much more integrated Europe, or the other corner is the breakup of the Eurozone. I think the latter is more likely. And
yeah, so that's John Bolton telling us that the U.S. dollar will officially collapse. There will be a bifurcation and a complete collapse of the Eurozone. Also, two prayers to our leveraged crypto trader influencers. We know who you are, MM Crypto and others. In fact, one of them is literally in the hospital right now after being stopped out of their leveraged trades. And honestly, let's pray for these guys because they're obviously in a rough spot. Last week, if you didn't already hear, the entire crypto market was manipulated lower by the deep state. And all these guys got stopped out tens of millions of dollars, which is why I tell you, never trade leverage, okay? Only be spot. That's why we have no bank debt here at islandproject.com. Bless these guys, they're young, they're learning their lessons. You put your tail between your legs, you move on from there. We see Mr. Carl Moon there in the hospital. He's literally in the hospital. What does this tell us? It's the bottom, guys. It tells us it's the freaking bottom. When you have your key leverage trader influencers literally in an arm sling at the hospital, that tells you to go all in and buy the freaking dip. When this guy gets liquidated, 12 million or 11 million, whatever it is, now he's telling you Bitcoin's going to zero. It tells you buy the freaking dip. He's scared now. That's when you buy. When these guys are scared. They're young. I love them. God bless you. Especially I really like the other fellow up top there, always talking about Jesus, etc. So it's all good, brother. We love you very much, but just understand you're earning your stripes. You're earning your stripes. This is why we have no bank debt. So this is massively huge, folks. This is massively huge. I encourage you again, subscribe on X. Watch these old videos because the Fort Knox gold reserves are secretly being repriced into the American reset. This is the freaking repricing, baby. This is the freaking repricing, baby. To the freaking moon, baby. 1,000 freaking X. I love you all. I'm here to entertain, but I also bring truth. We've been 100% correct. I encourage you to watch my previous content. God bless you. The gold and silver pump is a canary in the coal mine, which tells us what? What's going to catch up to that very soon? Bitcoin, crypto, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. What is the government doing? They're pumping their own bags of gold at Fort Knox, which they audited and they didn't tell you about. Now they're going to use that new money that they created from thin air through price market, Wall Street manipulation, since they already control the currency in USD, which is worth nothing and is trashed. And they're going to use that to buy the cheaper asset, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, XRP. They're going to pump those bags, buy stable coins with them, mint them, like PayPal just did, the PayPal mafia with 300 trillion that they just minted yesterday. They said it was an accident, but it's not. They're just running tests. Do you understand? And Americans are lining up right now. I don't know if you've seen this footage, but I've corroborated it with one of my good Christian friends who owns a gold company. I sold hundreds of millions of gold and silver bars over the years, and it's the real deal. People are lining up in bread lines right now to buy gold. So look, I'll give you a couple different options. Gold keeps going higher, and the worst of the worst comes to America, and somebody knows something that we don't know, like World War III, end of days, total Armageddon, end of the world, economic collapse, bank runs, which are going to happen, or this is a part of something bigger that Donald Trump has up his sleeve. And isn't this interesting to think about? That Donald Trump has called this the golden age. Little did we know that he meant literal gold to reset the system and buy crypto. The golden age. The entire White House is tricked out like MTV Cribs right now with 24 karat gold. No joke. You go there, it's literally tricked out. It looks like one of those rapper cars that goes up and down. Like literally, that's what Donald Trump has done. I mean, I was trying to buy his $100,000 Trump coin watch earlier today, but it was all sold out because I realized they listed it for 100K, but it's doubled since he listed it. And when I was trying to buy it for 100 grand, it was already sold out. You think I'm joking, but I'm not. Golden age. I love you guys. Have a blessed day. I promised I would do another video here at sunset. You guys are amazing. Jesus Christ is King, is Lord. Thank you for sharing. Thank you to all of our new subscribers. We have 115,000 new followers on Twitter alone. We're going viral all across the internet. Thanks to you. Because again, people are realizing we've been proven right. I'm taking you on a worldwide mansion tour next. I got my boy Donut coming out in a day or two. It's going to be freaking sick. And we're taking it to every no bank debt mansion across the Malibu and the Kauai Boo and the Honolulu Booyah. And also the big island Abuya. And we're going to show you what we've built because we're the first in the world to tokenize no bank debt, high-end trophy asset real estate. And now you're hearing people like Eric Trump tell you he thinks he's interested in it. Because again, we're the first mover. We're the innovators. We're the creators. We're the disruptors. And we are the OGs. That's what Steve Forbes knew. And that's what John McAfee knew about your general. He's still alive. I love you all. I did purchase another 100,000 Litecoin earlier today, totaling about 10 mil. Because again, it's a freaking matrix, all of this. And once you figure that out, the better. Again, money is fake. Your government prints it from nothing. Jamie Dimon has no reserves at his bank. They were set to zero in 2020. And bailouts come to infinity. What don't you understand? So the more you understand how this world works, the better. And exiting the banks is critical to your survival. And watching my videos for free on X and subscribing is essential because you're essential. You see, the government hates your guts. Called you non-essential. Difference is I love you and I want you rich, and they want you broke. Litecoin rich, bitch. LitecoinRich.com, BitcoinRich.com, and XRPRich.com. And of course, the launch of Deck 2, imminent. Links up here and down here. God bless. Enjoy the sunset.